Hi friends. This one is one that we've done forever. I have always been an ingredient household, not a snack or a ready-made food household. When my kids were little, we always had a stocked pantry, and we could make the cookies, we could make the pizza, we could do whatever. We didn't have a lot of ready-made foods. We had some when the kids were really little. You need those chicken nuggets and sometimes those frozen pizzas to get by. Teenage boys need frozen pizzas, I swear. But for the most part, we were an ingredient household. So what is an ingredient household? You have a pantry full of ingredients. Can you just go grab a snack? And I know people that really struggle with that idea of having no snacks around, and it's not always the easiest thing, but it led us down a healthier journey and lifestyle, which was made our transition to eating a better way and nutrient-dense foods a lot easier. We were sure to, I wanted the kids to all be comfortable in the kitchen, and because we spent a lot of time cooking as a family, everybody knows how to read a recipe, how to get away around in the kitchen. Nobody's has that fear of cooking. All of the kids are very comfortable cooking. They grew up making cookies. We would make granola, we would make our own yogurt, and the snacks were made, but they were homemade snacks. So we had snacks in the house, but not pre-made snacks. We would have things like granola and yogurt and fruit, and there would be cookies, and maybe each week there was some sort of dessert made for the weekend or whatever. We didn't always have desserts all the time, but there wasn't a feeling of missing out because there was no ready-made foods. I remember, rather than frozen pizzas, sometimes they would make their own pizzas with even like corn tortillas and pepperoni, which sounds kind of weird, but they were pretty good after school snack. So things like that, where there's not the ready-made things, you find an alternative for them. You find a way to make the snacks that you want. A grilled cheese sandwich, that's a quick after school snack that you have the ingredients for, but it's not a processed food. So make a grilled cheese sandwich, have some tomato soup. Tomato soup at that point in my life did come out of a can, but there was always cans of it in the pantry. Nowadays it's homemade 100%. But having those things available and teaching the kids that they can go in the kitchen at any time and make that snack for themselves. And when they're younger, that they knew how to use the toaster or the microwave at that time. We don't have one now, but at that time we did. So having them know how to use those things and be comfortable with them kept them from eating processed foods just by teaching them. And now to this day, they cook their meals. They don't buy a lot of processed foods. They're grown adults with families. They don't buy a lot of processed foods. They all are comfortable cooking. And that is just such a blessing later for your kids, that as adults, they know how to cook. They know their way around the kitchen. They know what it feels like to eat healthy foods, and that they feel highly capable to make them themselves. So I hope that encourages you to also be an ingredient household and not a snack household. And if you're somebody who's trying to change your eating habits, that is a great way to do so. Stock your pantry well, fill it with all the things you need to prepare your foods, and it takes away that need for wanting the processed foods, because the more you eat the processed foods, the more your body craves those chemicals and the junk that they put in there. So eat whole foods, eat healthy foods, and teach your children how to be comfortable in the kitchen, cooking, following a recipe, it builds a huge amount of confidence. And I'm so glad that we did that. Good luck to you all.